Okay, so we've read our challenge, and we've talked a little bit about, or you've read a little bit about what the constraints and criteria are for this challenge, sort of what the goal is, and why we want to pursue this challenge. But before we start that, I'm going to run a few demos and of some things falling. And what I want you to do is kind of watch these things. And first I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do, and I want you to make a prediction on your Predict, Observe, Explain sheet, the POE sheet that was in the directions. And I want you to predict what you think you'll see happen. And you write this down. So you may have to pause the video a little bit, and then watch the watch the event, make an observation, record on the sheet. What did you observe? What did you see? And then move to the next column, which is explain. Well, why do you think that happened? It'd be real critical for you to sort of make sure that you stop the video at each of these points and record your thoughts at a time. And we're going to do these in a certain series, so it's kind of important for you to stick with that. So let's get started with the first one. So this event is, I have a book, it's just a standard textbook, and I have a piece of white paper, normal copy paper, and I'm going to hold them at the same height, okay, right here at the silver line here, and I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to drop them at the exact same time. So I want you to pause the video and write down your prediction for what you think will happen. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Wow, paper went out of the shot there a little bit. Okay, and I'll maybe do it one more time, just so we can sort of verify that. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so pause the video, record what you saw, and then write as best you can an explanation for that. Why do you think that's happening? Why do you think the book hit the ground before the paper? So go ahead and hit pause and come back when you're done with that. Okay, for our next event, I have here coffee filters, standard coffee filters. And in this hand, I have 7 that are stacked together. When you buy them sort of in the package, they're sort of all sort of nestled in to one another. And so I've pulled off 7, and they're kind of in that shape. And then I have 1 right here. And I'm going to stand up here just like I did before. And I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to drop. So go ahead and pause the tape right now and tell me what you think. Pause the video and tell me what you think is going to happen when I drop the 7 and the 1. Okay, here we go. We're going to go 1, 2, 3 and drop them. And after this event, you're going to write down what you saw and try to explain it. 1, 2, 3. This is the 7. This is the 1, sorry. 1, 2, 3. Let's do it one more time. Here's the 7 in my front hand. Here's 1 in the back hand. 1, 2, 3. Okay, go ahead and pause the video and record your observations and your explanation. If your explanation is, I don't know why that's happening, well, you can write down, I don't know. That's fine. Okay, for our next event, we have, I have 7 coffee filters again, but now I have them arranged in what I call the coffee filter flower, and they're taped with very small pieces of tape to kind of hold them in this shape. And then in my left hand I have just a single one again. So it's 7 and 1 again, but obviously the 7 is arranged a little differently. I'm going to drop them at the same time, 1, 2, 3, and when I let them go, I want you to predict what you think you'll see happen as I drop them from the same height. Okay, so you've made your prediction, and I'm looking in the camera here. On the monitor, I can see I'm at the same height. So we have 7 in the front, 1 in the back. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to drop. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Do it again. Same height. 1, 2, 3. Okay, go ahead and pause the video, record your observation, and write your explanation. Okay, this is our 4th event. I have the same textbook I had before, and now I've taken that piece of paper that I had before and I've crumpled it up into a ball. Very tight ball, but it's the same piece of paper that we had before. So I'm going to climb up, drop them from the same height. I want you to pause the video and write down what do you think you'll see in this event. Okay, so here we are. I got the book and the paper crumpled up into a ball. I'm going to drop them. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right, do it again. 1, 2, 3. Now, some of you may have video players that can slow down the play. You might even fast forward it sort of frame by frame. It might be interesting to look at that last one. The book and the paper hit fairly close to each other, at least almost at the same time. So might want to check that out. So go ahead and pause the video and write down your observation and your explanation for this event. Okay, so we're back for our 5th event. I have another piece of paper identical to the one I was dropping before and the same text that I've had. This time I'm going to put the piece of paper on top of the text, and just like that. Okay, and I'll drop it. Go ahead and pause the video, write down what you think you'll see when I drop it. Okay, paper is on top of the book. 1, 2, 3. All right, here we go. Let's do it one more time. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead and pause the video and write down your observation and your explanation. That's our last event.